Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Charvi Joshi, and today I'm going to review one of my favorite books. It's called Save Me a Seat by Sarah Weeks and Gita Varadarajan. I can't pronounce that, but okay. So there are three main characters in this story: Ravi Suryanarayanan, Joe Sylvester, and Dylan Samreen. Dylan Samreen is the main meanie kid or a bully, and Ravi came from India, Bangalore, India, and I also came to India too. So my story and his story kind of matched together too. So Ravi had a hard time fitting in with his classmates because his new school was weird and he wanted to make new friends. I mean, everyone wants to make new friends when they go to school, right? A new school. So Ravi tried to make new friends. He saw Dylan Samreen. He thought he was good because he helped him more than anyone else in the story. So Ravi thought he was a good friend, but he was also an Indian, but he was born in America, which is And so Ravi knew that his grandma wouldn't like that. So when he went home, he told his mom. He told his mom about his first day of school. His mom was like, "Did you eat your lunch?" Of course. And he's like, "Yeah, I did." And Parmima said that you didn't eat the lunch because it was too grouchy. I know. So Ravi's like, okay, because his Indian house was big and he had a cook and someone to take him to work or his dad to work, and he was never used to eating from his mom. So his mom had a hard time cooking, and he had a hard time fitting in school. And by the way, Parmima and Parpiya means grandpa and Parmima means grandmom. So the next day at school, he found out there was someone called Joe Sylvester, and Joe Sylvester was also American, but he knew Dylan Samreen was evil and bad and a bully, but Ravi didn't know that because he moved here, and Joe Sylvester tried to tell him about that, but Ravi didn't believe him. He thought he was the meanie because Dylan Samreen tripped him, but he blamed Joe that he tripped him, and he always blinked at him, which was a good sign. And yeah. So Joe Sylvester went to some kind of teacher and Miss Frost room to help him because he had a hard time hearing when it's too loud. So Ravi went to her class too because his teacher forced him to, because she said, since you came from a new place, you have to go to Miss Froster. And Ravi wanted to say that first, English isn't my first language, it's second language, it's my first language. And two, I don't need help from this Miss Frost. So he had to go to Miss Frost's room, and the only thing he ate there was her M&Ms and talking about sports. And when Dylan Samreen asked him what did he do, and Ravi's like, the only thing that we did over there is eat M&Ms and talk about sport magazines. So he's like, I can't believe that. And one day in PE, physical education, so he got hit by a softball very hard, and Dylan Samreen hit him, and Ravi saw him with his own eyes, but he said tell the nurse that I didn't mean to hit you, and tell the teacher that I still didn't mean to hit you too, because I'm sorry. But Joe knew that he did that on purpose. So when he went to the nurse, Dylan Samreen told him again, please don't blame me, I didn't mean to do it. So Ravi like, I know it was an accident. And yeah, Joe's main problem was that his mom wanted to get a new job. but she got a job to work in the school cafeteria without telling anyone, without telling Joe. And Joe got angry at her. So yeah, that was Joe's story. And back to Ravi, that when Ravi went to the nurse, he had a hard time, and one of his friends from class came to give him his backpack in case he needed to go home, because softball hurts. Crap. And so Ravi was like, I don't want to go home. And at lunchtime, Joe didn't see him. He thought he went home, but he saw him sitting next to Dylan Samreen. He knew that Ravi didn't want to sit by him because Dylan Samreen always blamed Joe. And Ravi sat next to him, and yeah, Dylan gave him some of his chilies, and Ravi's like, ooh, chilies. That's something that my mom makes, rajma. And so she tried the thing, and it tasted good at first, but then he coughed. He didn't like it at all, and he said, what's in here? He said, oh, only a bit of meat and stuff like that. And Ravi got so angry because he was a vegetarian. He didn't eat meat. And he got angry and went to the bathroom. Dylan called him names. Curry head, and yeah. So when Ravi went to the boys' bathroom, he cried there because in Vidyamandir, in his Indian school, he was like the star here, and he didn't want to be like Ramaswamy, the lazy guy. And when in America, he was Ramaswamy, and Dylan Samreen was him. So he cried, and so at the end of the day, the next day, he didn't want to go to school about what happened, and Ravi's mom found about what like in his backpack a drawing about someone called Curryhead, and that looked like Ravi, and then she immediately knew who's Ravi and who's Bitva. Did people start calling you names? And he's like, no, they didn't, and yeah. So Ravi, the next day, they was shown something about a game that they played. Each person had to bring something, and Ravi brought some kind of fish thingy that his grandpa found in the lake. He told that this holds our family's friend love connection, and everyone laughed at him when he gave it came with it to school. Everyone screamed, especially the girl that gave his backpack to Ravi, because she did not like those things. And Ravi started to tell the story, and he had a plan. Well, I really didn't understand the plan, but Dylan went to the bathroom, and he found those fish thingies in his pants. I mean, who would do that? And Ravi went laughing, and the game went on. So they wrote some kind of notes, and he wrote a note that this holds my family's love connection, and he said it was Joe or someone else, Tim or Jim, and he's like, you have to be it. I mean, this is all about you, you know. I mean, it matches with your thing. And then and then Joe said, and then Tim or Jim said that it's not me. And Joe and Dylan said it has to be you. And he said it's not me. And then yeah. His teacher told that you reveal the person, and it was finally Ravi. He asked, "How can it be you? How can it be you?" And he started telling the story, and and he did the plan that time, and Dylan Samreen. He knew that Dylan Samreen was the main villain, and at lunchtime he knew his real friend Joe Sylvester, who would be saving him a seat. That's a beautiful book, because it gave a lot of details that you should never trust a friend that cares about you so much but doesn't help you at the times you really need it. So Ravi trusted him, and Joe didn't trust him because he knew him well and Ravi didn't. So he fell for his tricks, and he finally knew that Dylan was mean and Joe was more better than him. So he got friends with Joe, and I love the story. And if you want to read it, I got it at the Johnson Country Library, or you can also get it at the Scholastic Company. Well, if you want to see more of my videos, all you have to do is just search my name, Charvi Joshi. See you later, alligator. Bye.